You're always just one design away. This is a common phrase that I tell people not only to inspire them, but because one winning design can quite literally change your business and change your life. In our experience, generating multiple millions in sales across 2 apparel brands and coaching hundreds of students, we believe that designs are the single most important factor that separates struggling brands from thriving brands. So in this episode, we're gonna be breaking down the 2 critical components of creating winning designs to hopefully help you make more sales and grow your brand. My name's Adrian Von Arx, here with my co-host Carlos Colon. Welcome to the Print on Demand podcast, a show dedicated to helping you make money online with Shopify and print on demand. What's up? Thank you everyone for tuning in and welcome back to the show. We're so excited to be here with you guys. Carlos, my co-host, what's going on?
Doing good, man. Just yesterday, I took Savannah to her first orientation for daycare. Super excited for that. She finally gets to get out there and like socialize with a bunch of kids. So far, she's been at home, so it's gonna be a different change. Excited for that. Nice. Beautiful weather as well. All the cherry blossoms are out. Everything's going green. In other news, we got a review.
Yes. We need that. So we got our very first written review, which we're so grateful for. First of all, everyone that's rated the show, thank you so much. So we have 3 reviews, 3 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, and we're grateful for each and every one of them. And one person was kind enough to even go that extra step and write us a review. So we wanted to personally thank you, and we want to acknowledge you on this episode. So I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to Scanned in Asia. I think that was the name. I think I don't know if that's how to pronounce it, but we just want to say thank you so much for the very kind review. And I wanted to read what they said because it was just very, very nice. It put a big smile on my face. The title is Totally Stoked. They gave us a 5-star review and they said, "This is the most reliable source you will ever find for starting and growing a print-on-demand business. I am building a POD business from the US and currently traveling in the Philippines." Let's go. I'm so excited that I can get this level of education on the go from anywhere on the planet. Looking forward to every new episode that drops. Love these guys.
Love it. Fellow laptop
There's
warrior.
no words. What's that?
Fellow laptop warrior.
Exactly. It reminds me of my days when I was doing e-commerce living in Thailand. I lived in Thailand for 7 months and I actually went to the Philippines last year for 2 weeks with my wife. It was absolutely incredible. So I hope you're having the best time there. It's such a beautiful country. And thank you again for the review. With that, let's shift gears into the main event. All right. So in the last episode, we discussed step 1 of our ELA method, which is brand and more specifically niche. And we even introduced our 10-minute niche selection challenge. I'd love to hear from you guys that have taken part in it and come up with your niche. I love hearing about the different niches people come up with. So the ELA method, for anyone who's not aware, this is our 4-step system that we teach in our training and coaching program, T-Shirt Legends Academy, for building a profitable brand, attracting your ideal customer, and making the money you deserve because you are fighting for something worth fighting for. You are fighting for your dream life. We know that the best way to predict the future is to create it, and we want that for all of you. And you're already on the right path by being here with us and educating yourself, right? Now it's time to take that and put it into action. And we know a lot of you guys already are. So in this episode, we're gonna be diving a bit deeper on the second pillar of the ELA method, which in our opinion is the single most important step separating struggling brands from thriving brands. So let's bridge that gap, right? I think we all want that. Everyone wants that. We want to help you guys bridge that gap. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down into 2 parts. These are 2 critical components that we've discovered over the years. So when it comes to creating winning designs that actually sell, we've identified two critical components. And we want to break up this episode into those two parts. The first component is design research, not to be skipped. And the second component is design creation. Now, just before we dive in here, Carlos, is there anything you wanted to say?
No, just don't skip the research. So
Don't
important.
skip the research. Right.
Listen to the
Let's-
research.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about that. Part one, design research. So what we've realized in our own experience generating multiple seven figures in sales across two apparel brands and analyzing hundreds of brands of our students and of others, what we've realized is that most people think they have a marketing problem when in fact they have a design problem. And I'm not trying to undershadow, or is that right? Is that the right wording? I'm not trying to say that marketing isn't important. Of course, you need eyeballs on your products to make sales. However, we've made this mistake ourselves, and we see so many others make this mistake where they get the eyeballs, but they don't get the sales. Nobody wants that, right? So what we found is that most people actually have a design problem. One of the most common issues that we see that kind of gets them into that conundrum, let's say, is a lack of effective design research. So by skipping effective design research, most people end up guessing what they believe their target audience wants. And in most cases, sadly, it results in little to no sales of those designs. And I want to put this in very clear terms for everyone listening. You could have a profitable niche, you could have an amazing website, and you could have incredible marketing, getting your products in front of hundreds of thousands of people. But if you don't have anything that people actually want to buy, guess what? It's going to be very challenging to make sales. So remember, success leaves clues. And this is why we want you to take the time to research and identify designs that are winning, ideally right now. Designs that you can find sales validation for to see that they're selling very well right now, that you can reverse engineer and use as inspiration to create your own original designs. Doing this allows you to create for the demand because you know there's demand for those products because people are buying them, and it drastically increases the likelihood that your design will be a winner. We call this a validated design. It means a research-backed design. And the point of putting out validated designs is to result in a lot more sales for you. That's the goal. We want you to make a lot more sales. Carlos, anything you wanted to add to that before I get into it?
Yeah, no, it's so important that what you're selling is a desirable product. Marketing, like Adrian said, it's not voodoo, it's not magic, it's not gonna. There's no tips or tricks or weird, there's nothing special that's gonna make it all of a sudden sell something that people just don't desire, people just don't like, or people just don't want or need. So it's so important that you start by creating a product that's actually desirable, and then you market it. And so I just want to reinforce that because that's like super important, especially for when you get to ads. You never want to be spending money on ads that for a product that's not desirable. And there's testing, of course, but you want to do as much as you can beforehand to make sure that you're creating desirable products. And design research is a critical key in this.
Yeah. 100%. Let's continue the discussion on the first kind of critical component, which is design research. And I want to share with you where you can go to conduct design research. Now, there are countless great places to conduct design research. You could go to your local mall and see what people are wearing. Go to the trendy district in your city. Like here in Scottsdale, you go to the Scottsdale Quarter or, Fashion Square Mall, you're going to see a lot of people wearing trendy stuff. Every city has those kind of trendy districts. So that's the most general. You can go into stores and you can do some trend spotting in stores that sell apparel or products that can be print on demand. Pinterest is really popular, but our favorite 3 places, there's a lot more than this, but these are our favorite 3 places right now, are competitor websites, online marketplaces like Etsy or Amazon, and then social media. We love social media because with social media, you can see a lot of sales validation. You can see a lot of buyer intent. You can see the level of engagement that people are showing towards certain products. And for many brands on their account, you can actually stack them along their other product posts and see which ones are the outliers that get a lot more engagement and interaction. And that's usually a good indicator that that's more popular with their target audience. Remember, success leaves clues, right? So you can find what's successful, and then you can use that as inspiration for your own designs. And
Adrian, I just want to...
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to mention one thing. The key to that, why those 3 are so important for us. The reason those 3 are so important for us is because they all have some sort of sales validation, right? They all have some sort of sales. It's not that you see them everywhere, but you're actually seeing sales, and you can actually figure out like, is there some sales validation? Are people commenting in social media that they love this thing, they just bought it, they're going out to buy it right now? Is there that buyer intent? And then also like on their website, on the competitor websites, you can look and you can see like how many reviews does it have, right. And some of the websites, it even pops up when people buy the product, or someone bought this product so many weeks ago. And then if you look at like marketplaces like Etsy and use tools like Everbee to kind of get an estimate, that you can get an estimate of how many dollars they're getting.
Right. So true. So true. Websites too, you can filter by bestseller on most websites.
Yep.
Like you can just click on their t-shirt collection and then filter by bestseller.
Yeah.
Boom. There it is. It's presented to you on a platter. But yeah, Etsy is definitely one of our absolute favorite places because there's multiple points of buyer intent or multiple validation points in there. So many times above the title, it'll say something like 8 people bought this product in the last 24 hours. They're giving you the data, right?
Yeah.
You'll also see bestseller badges. You can also go to the recent review, or you can go to the product reviews and you can sort by most recent, and you can see if there's a high volume of people leaving reviews. What we know too is that usually only about, I would say 5 to 10% of people actually leave reviews. And so if you see that there's a lot of recent reviews of that product, it's safe to say that they're probably making 10 times or more sales than the actual number of reviews. Now, if you want to supercharge your design research and speed up the process, there are paid research tools that you can use. So there's actually a number of paid research tools out there. I recommend if you're going to invest in a paid research tool, just use one. Like you don't need 3 tools that do essentially the same thing or similar things, right? Like why take the time to learn 3 different tools that are going to give you similar data? So the tool that we use, love, and recommend is Everbee. And I don't want to talk too much about it because we got lots more to talk about, but in short, Everbee is a product research tool, and what it does is it quickly analyzes Etsy data to identify best-selling products and designs that you can use as inspiration to create original designs for your target audience. And this is based on products that people are actually searching for and buying. Those are the ones we want to identify. And the quicker we can identify them, the quicker we can take those, use them as inspiration, and then get to creating, right? So we use the paid Everbee plan. I personally think it's well worth it. You can do all your market research for free, or you can use paid tools like Everbee to save you time. It's totally up to you. You can try out Everbee for free if you want. We'll include our affiliate link below if you do want to try it out for yourself. And if you watch any of my short form YouTube videos, you've probably seen me using it. I feel like I use it in every single video, but it's so valuable and it shows you the estimated sales data. And it just allows you to save a lot of time. And what I've realized over the years is that time is money. Time is money, which is why we love using any tool that allows us more time, or allows us time to get more done in less time, right? Like
I just want to mention something.
We want to be spending time with our families. We want to be spending time with our friends. We want to have a life too, right? And so we're big advocates of, anything that's going to unlock more time in your life, as a result, is also going to unlock more freedom. But Carlos, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to mention something as well with along those lines. So Adrian creates all these videos on our YouTube channel, adrian.vonarks on YouTube, and a lot of them are actually trend alerts. And so there's a lot of stuff that Adrian's already researched. So if you're new to this and you kind of like don't know how to research, then just watch a few of those videos and get an idea, because he actually shows you what it looks like in Everbee and what he puts in there and what he does afterwards, and kind of like how he uses that to create designs. And I think that's useful for everybody to know, because it's hard on a podcast to describe exactly how that transitions and how everything like visually looks, going from like the research to the design creation, and how you kind of like create designs out of that research. But when you look at those videos, it becomes a lot easier. It becomes a lot more clear how it all works.
Right.
And it also saves you time on research. If you want to start creating designs without doing the research, then you could actually just use those videos to like start with some research already behind you.
So with that, let's shift gears into part 2, which is design creation. This is also extremely important. So really, when it comes to design creation, there are really just 2 ways to create designs. One is you can create them yourself, or 2, you can have someone else create them. That's it. Those are the 2 options. That's what it comes down to. Now, our preference has always been to create our designs ourselves. When I first started out, I didn't know about anything. I didn't know about Canva. Kittl didn't exist. Playground didn't exist. There was no AI design software. And so I did outsource my designs, but I preferred to create them myself. And Canva was the first tool that I learned that empowered me to create my own designs. And I was able to create 6-figure designs just using Canva. So our preference is to create our designs ourselves. And so we're going to kind of focus on that area of things. You know, I'm proud to report that in all my years of being in print on demand, it's never been quicker or easier to create incredible designs. And I want to share our favorite 3 tools right now with you. All right. So these are our favorite 3 tools right now. That's Canva, Kittl, and Playground. Those are our favorite 3 tools. We'll include links below so you can check them out. Maybe you already use them. I don't think you need all 3. You could get away with having just 1. You could have 2. We use all 3, and we have the upgraded plans for all 3 because it's worth it for us. But don't feel the need to have all 3 of them. You could be fine with just 1 or 2. So what we love about these tools is that they're beginner-friendly design tools, and they're really perfect for non-techies with no graphic design experience. They allow you to create designs very quickly, which it's important, right? It's important they're able to create designs quickly because we know that volume negates luck. With every design, you're giving yourself more shots on goal. Let's say, I just want to put things into perspective here. Let's say that we're playing soccer and I get 1 penalty shot on the goalie and you get 10 penalty shots on the goalie. And let's assume that we're at the exact same level. Like we're on par in terms of how good we are. Who's more likely to score? The person who gets 10 shots on the goalie or the person who gets 1? This is exactly how it is for designs too, right? This is exactly how it is. So there are anomalies, of course. Like we've had students create winning designs very early, and they made a lot of sales very quickly by scaling up those winning designs. However, it's more common that our students release a high volume of designs before they find that winner, that A-grade winner, that they're able to scale up profitably. Now, I want to give an example of this because we recently had a student who it took them 1 year to get to their first $10,000 in sales. So they launched their brand last year. They got to $10,000 in sales in a year. Now, just one kind of side note, caveat, they actually did take a period of time off their business, but then they got back on the horse, as they should. And we love and support them for that. But it took them 1 year to get to their first $10,000 in sales. And can you guess how long it took them to get to their next 10,000? About 1 month. It took them about 1 month to get to the next 10,000. Crazy, right? That's the power
crazy.
of having winning designs and scaling them up with effective marketing. What we've realized, what's been our experience, is that success doesn't generally happen overnight. Most people, they're not going to hit it big with their first design. It might not be their 5th, maybe not their 10th, maybe not their 25th. But things can happen very quickly for you. Success can happen very quickly when you have that winning design and when you get a lot of eyeballs on that design. Those are the two X factors, right? You need the winning design, and then you need to get a lot of eyeballs on the winning design. But it doesn't go the other way. If you get a lot of eyeballs on a design that nobody wants, guess what? You're going to end up wasting a whole bunch of money or wasting a whole bunch of time marketing these products that nobody wants. So,
Exactly.
Carlos, anything you want to share about that?
No, I mean, I think that was well put. Like you need the product, you need a product that's desirable first. And
Right.
the design research is so that you have better, so you're increasing your odds of a desirable product. I like how you also said the volume too, because I think that's another piece that some people, okay, so there's two things. We have students that some people go hard on the volume, and they're really good at the volume. They're like, okay, I understand the volume. I understand. Yeah, more chances at bat, more chances that I'm gonna hit a home run. And then some people they go deep into design research and like, okay, I understand the design research. Yeah, more preparation, more practice, and like more data, more intel. I guess actually that's better. It means that I'm gonna have a better chance at hitting a home run on the first bat. But the thing is, if you go into one and you don't do the other, then you're really like cutting down your odds. So you need both. You can't just do a ton of research and only release like 1 or 2 designs.
Right.
And you can't just release like 1,000 designs and do no research. You need both. Both of them will help you. Both of them together is a powerful mix that will help you hit that winning design faster. You need both.
Right. So well said. It's a 2-step recipe. There are 2 ingredients, and you don't want to leave anyone out. You want to have both ingredients to give yourself the best chance of creating that winning design for your brand that could potentially change your business and change your life. So as we land the plane on this episode, I wanted to mention that we've included links below to our favorite design research and favorite design creation tools, the ones that we discussed here, along with any free trials, discounts, or special offers. Some of those are affiliate links, so thank you in advance for using any of them. Affiliates support us as creators. They support the podcast at no extra cost to you, and they allow us to create more free content like these episodes, like this podcast, that we hope you're loving as much as we love creating. So with that, we're gonna sign off. Thank you for listening. We love you guys. Remember to start before you're ready, take imperfect action, and know that you're always one design away.
Hey, if you're loving the Print on Demand podcast and want more, please help us out by rating this on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you're listening from. It only takes a minute, and this is one of the best ways to support the show and let us know that you're enjoying these weekly episodes. Thank you in advance, and we'll talk soon.